Assalamualaikum Encik Hafizi. Morning, mana doktor?
Waalaikumsalam.
Morning Dr. Ricky.
Kami menunggu ni.
Oh, rupanya kita saling menunggu.
Ya.
Okay, we are here. Maybe shall we start atau macam mana?
Start saja sekejap. Sebab ada yang ada program lain kan?
Okay.
Tengah-tengah. Ya. Tapi recorded kan?
Yes, I think it's already recorded there.
Alright.
Recording
Okay.
is in progress.
So Puan Sami boleh start lah.
Okay, kita santai saja ya.
Alright.
Okay, sekejap saya buka dulu. Mana tahu ada yang tidak kenal saya. This is me. So if next time you want to ask something and I was maybe drinking coffee at Starbucks or kedai mamak, if you want to ask me something about PP, you can simply ask me because you already know me. But bear in mind, mana tahu ada pelanduk dua serupa, instead of you asking me, maybe you akan tertanya Dr. Juri or Puan Saima. Okay? Because sometimes people will confuse us in UMS. So, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all. Thank you Encik Hafizi for organizing this time for us to do our roadshow in FKAL. We actually really like to come to Labuan as last time, but due to time constraint, we have to do it online for this year. So maybe ada ucapan balas kan Encik Hafizi atau we direct to the point?
We have Dr. Ricky here. Dr. Ricky, you want to say something for this morning? Dr. Ricky?
Hello, Puan Salman.
Hello, Dr. Ricky.
Hi. Okay, thanks for organizing this sharing session with FKAL. Okay, I hope this will be benefit all the FKAL's lecturers, especially in preparing the PTG. All right. Of course, most of us might ask the same question: why we need to go for PTG, and is it necessary? How is the KPI, and so on? Okay, when should we implement PTG, and how to do it the most efficient and effective way? Okay, so maybe Puan Sami can share about all this question. I mean the answer for the question. All right. So thanks from e-learning center also. Okay. So I hope everyone enjoyed the session, and if you have any question, please ask, because today I'm also as a beginner, okay, learning about all these things. So let's start with the presentations. Thank you. All right.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ricky. So, yes, what have Dr. Ricky have mentioned before is something that we want to share with all our friends in FKAL, and actually the same questions were asked during our, I think we already done 4 roadshows, and then the very same question asked, but we will provide with maybe some briefing on how to go about the PTG. But there's a training about it on the 7th of March. I think the invitation letter has already been sent to the faculties, but for now this is only a briefing on the background of this roadshow. And this is the overview, but maybe I will go, we'll skip the part where it's touched on PTG, because I will give the detailed briefing on PTG. This is our center, a small center which we have to cater the whole university. Nearly 2,000 courses every semester. This is our learning coordinators, and Encik Hafizi, thank you for these past few years, have been helping us a lot in terms of e-learning in Labuan. This is our mission and vision, but as we know that we have a new KRA coming. So maybe the vision will change a bit, the mission and vision. But we aim on, actually the keyword is on globalized online learning. Why globalized online learning? Because due to this one of the Malaysia education blueprint is to achieve globalized online learning. So to achieve that, we have to improve our infrastructure, our infrastructure, so that we are on par with other universities, not only in Malaysia, but in the international level. So this is our action plan in PEP. There are, last time we have 6 KRA, but now we are going to 10, I think. So maybe the strategic and action plan will change after this. But what we are doing is based, actually, we want to provide, to make sure that we're providing the necessary support for modern infrastructure, pedagogical application, structured e-learning program, promoting mentor-mentee program, the AP5 promoting e-learning ambassador. This is for the student, actually. Implementing TEL training for student in conjunction with HEP. S3 is for student, actually. AP7 rubric for e-learning criteria in LNPT. We already have the 5%, but they will, to make it better, there will be a rubric for it instead of capai or tidak capai. But it wouldn't be implemented in this, I think not this year or next year lah, because we need to make sure what are the rubric suitable for this. Framework for the use of learning analytics, framework for learning enhanced student learning, and then learning, updating e-learning guidelines. PTG is about we are updating our e-learning guidelines, and check this. Sustainable e-learning talent management. We are doing it when we are offering, actually, some of our lecture in UMS we send for training in the KPT, and they will get the certified content creator. Okay, so actually we're using that framework to develop our quality courses in UMS. I think Encik Hasfizi is one of the qualified content creator for this. AP13 implementing award program, but this time I think there's no more on 100% of BL, because we're changing it, because the awareness system is to, during the first 5 years for the PEP, we want to create awareness on e-learning, because before this, our data shows that it's only less than 30% of our lecturers are using e-learning in their teaching and learning. But I think after 5 years, when you get nearly 100% in this, it means all of our lecturer are aware of our e-learning in UMS. So we want to make it better, not in terms of quantity, but in terms of quality. So the structure of awarding will be different. There will be no platinum or gold or silver award. There will be, I think, because there will be a PTG and a PTS one. Don't be afraid when you mention about PTS. PTS actually is the 1732. Okay. Organized competition exhibition. This one, this is for IUCEL. So usually, last time in 2019, with the budget from the Pusat, we get the budget for the lecture to go for the IUCEL, International University e-learning conference, I think, to represent UMS for competition, for maintaining, operationalizing an effective help desk. S7, EP17, we are establishing and globalizing OER repository. We identify MOOC UMS. We collaborate with international organization e-learning. Now we are trying to, we have the collaboration with COL, Commonwealth of Learning, which is based in Vancouver, Canada. And we are maintaining lifelong learning platform for UMS alumni. We have one, actually, I don't remember this. This is one platform for them to learn about the digital for our alumni. Okay. So what is PAP doing? We are delivering what Dasar e-Pembelajaran Negara 210F outline. So what inside the Dasar e-Pembelajaran is how to deliver blended learning, MOOC and OER. And actually this is what we will be sharing today with our fellow colleague in PEP. This is the statistic, because you asked why just now, why we have to make changes. Because of this, when we try to usually before the 1732, there's another formula for blended learning. During that time, because I've joined PEP in 2018. So before 2018, saya macam biasa macam yang lain juga is why should we do blended learning? Because the formula is very not easy to remember. I think the formula is 0.56 or something. I cannot remember the formula, but when in 2018, when I attend a workshop on blended learning, actually in 2018, other university have started to move to PTG. Okay, but we are still under. If you see here, we are still under 42%. So I mentioned in the workshop that UMS is not ready, so just give us time, because in 2018 we just introduced the 1732 mantra. 1 is for synopsis, 7 is for material, 3 is for the engagement of student, and 2 is for assessment. So after 5 years, now in 2022, we can see the data. We are going to almost 197%, but I think FKAL is 100%. The data shows that most of our lecture is aware of blended learning. So the blended learning that we are doing during this whole time is the 1732. The 1732 is actually what we call SPTS, Pembelajaran Teradun Sokongan. So the teaching is only for the online materials is only for supporting our teaching. So if we cannot attend a teaching face-to-face, we have to substitute another class, find another class to substitute. And UMS, there is no guidelines actually. I didn't find any garis panduan. I tried to find it. I asked from PPKA as well, but there's no written guideline saying that you can substitute the class. So that's why we need that written guideline saying that we can actually substitute our class, or else we still boleh ke tidak boleh, but we just follow boleh lah. But and then actually I think actually since 2009 I tried to find the garis panduan or every yang mana berkaitan, but it's actually based only saying only boleh atau tidak boleh. So it depends on the faculty actually untuk membenarkan. So this is the data from FKAL. If you look at number 9, FKAL, this is for 2001-2022. Actually, we have the data from 2016, but this is for last year. For second semester, even though you have 106 subjects, but you managed to get 100%. Congratulations for FKAL, because without the lecturer support, you wouldn't achieve this. So congratulations to FKAL for lecturers for it, and congratulations to also to Mr. Hafizi, who already actually, I think he support most of you in terms of how to make sure that your courses achieve the minimum requirement of 1732. Actually, it's easy when you know how to do it. Usually, you didn't pass it because you salah parking. You put the course synopsis in other place, not in the stipulated place 1732. Okay, next. This is FKAL. But you have been starting strong actually. You start with 61 to 45, and now going on strong since 2000 to SEM 1 to 2021, 100 all the way. So congratulations again to FKAL. This is for status capaian OER. So OER is a platform that where you can upload all your what do you say, the free yang your own work lah, yang tidak ada ISBN, no copyright one. Let's say you have ikut pertandingan innovation and you have a poster, right? So you can upload the poster and actually it will be counted in the OER as a publication actually in our LNPT, the previous LNPT. It is, I think the marks is 0.25 if I'm not mistaken. So you can ask to Puan Eugenia after this because she's the one who will be talking about OER, I think. This is the platform for OER. Okay. This is what I mentioned before. For MOOC, currently we have 3 from FKAL. Congratulations to FKAL because you provide more than other faculty. I think even in my faculty, we don't have any MOOC yet, but we are trying to propose to them and suggesting we try to help them. So for these 3 courses, congratulations. And then if you really need, I think, help on how to record and go about your MOOC, you have PEP support, and you can use our green room here, studio recording here in UMS. In UMS KK. Do you have a green room there, Hafizi? You have this.
No, we don't have any green room. I'm not
do you
sure,
have
but
the smart space? You have, right?
smart what?
Smart space, smart
Yes,
classroom.
yes, we do have smart room.
But I think maybe for the recording for the MOOC, you can go to the studio in the main campus for the team, so we can record you, and then with that it easy for us to do the editing because we have the system.
Okay, no problem.
So okay. This is one example of MOOC in UMS English. How to register, Eugenia will explain it to you later. This is what I said, that we have a video, we call it iStudio for video production. We have used it to record for MOOC. Actually, from the picture here, actually this is the MOOC for our MOOC for our sustainable development. Is a project with Erasmus project with other university. So you can book your slot. You just ask Mr. Faiz, actually, because MOOC is under PEP, so we will give the privilege to those who want to develop their MOOC. Okay. So based on the LNPT, MOOC score is 1.1, same as books, I think 1.1. But this is based on the LNPT before, yeah, not the one yang maybe after 28 be only publish the current one, LNPT. We will skip this. This is the challenge actually, but we will skip this because actually this is the challenge for us to for the not for the lecturers, but I think more into how the student can engage in our online learning, because usually when we use online learning we feel like we are alone because we are speaking to the camera. Like now I feel alone here because I'm looking at my slide and looking at the camera, but there's no other people there unless I look into the other part, the other screen where there's a picture of Dr. Ricky, Hafizi, Alicia, but still feel lonely. And then actually what we want to do when we're changing to PTG is we want to encourage student engagement. And so how to do that? That's why we will organize a workshop on it and how to develop online engagement with our students. So we are going for quality, not for quantity anymore. Okay, this is on the TPEC. Okay, actually, I want to share this one because this is good for us to develop what if we are good proceeding to doing online teaching. You can look into your PLO, whether you want to go to PLO. If you are using PLO 1 or PLO 2, it's cognitive. So you use the Bloom's taxonomy. So this is the Bloom taxonomy actually in the center. Remember, apply, analyze, evaluate, curate. This is when we call PLO 1 C2. So when it is C2, it should be under the apply. Okay, when it's under the apply, you can look at this is for iPad, that is for iOS. You can use all these apps for digital use for engagement with students. So actually, there's if you go to Dr. Ellington Carrington website, okay, you'll find another version. Actually, the current version is version 5. You can find for the Android one because this is for iOS. For Android, is also there. So we'll give you the slide afterwards, so you can look into this because I think this is very informative. It's very useful if we want to plan for how do you go about our online materials. Okay, create is level 6, I think. Sorry. So grade is level 6. So if you have C9, C6, so maybe you can use this for creating something. Okay. If you haven't been to PEP, our premise will be learning design first, technology second. It's not like when everybody is using Canva and you rush and go use Canva. Everybody is using Wakelet or using ChatGPT, and you are rushing to do ChatGPT. Actually, it depends on how you design your courses, and then you find the suitable apps to support your teaching. Okay, there's a TEL practices UMS, TELCOP, UMS, Edu, and My. We will populate this with activities, teaching activities in the classroom, and then you can look into it. Actually, when we look into it, and then we learn from our colleague on how to deliver our class. Actually, it's as simple as maybe I don't remember lah from FKAL siapa yang ada buat, but you can look into the TELCOP. I think there are few of us who contribute to this, and then they share how they do the teaching online. Okay. We have actually student guide for student. Now it's the 4th edition, but actually it's not available online, but you still can use the 3rd edition for student guide. This is not for lecturer's guide. For student guide is for them how to submit the assignment, how to do that or to do it. I think all the publication is online in our PEP website. And this is our IOER policy, which was developed by actually the leader for this is Prof. So we UMS with other universities, we have published one policy paper, and then it was published by the KPT, and this is the garis panduan for us to upload how to develop a IOER materials. What is IOER? Is inclusive.
National Exclusive Open Education Resource Policy.
Yes, it's inclusive actually for the OKUs, for the hearing impaired, how you develop your slides, your materials. So this is the policy that you can look into. This is our publication. You can download it from our website. For the garis panduan pembelajaran terhadap gantian is still in the draft site. Why? Because during the Senate meeting, there's a few changes that was suggested by the Senate member. So we have yet updated it yet. So we'll give you the finalized version after we finish do all the roadshow by this 15 March. because based on the feedback, okay, based on the feedback from the faculties, will we improve our slide presentation, because the guidelines is on the general, but actually the main thing is in our presentation slide. Actually, the table, everything is there, so it will be an addendum for the PTG guidelines. Okay, next, this is, maybe you will know, our help desk admin lms.edu.my, which is actually now Encik Zul only, because we don't have Nora already leave us. Contract sudah habis. Okay, and then this, I think this is during the TEL launching ceremony, and you can watch it actually in YouTube, so we don't have to watch it here, because we actually, the gist of the roadshow is want to explain to you on the MOOC, on the PTG, and also on the ITEL. I think you already have some overview what is ITEL is, but after this, there's I think Encik Amin will share something new information about ITEL. And for the background, that's all. I think I have to make it shorter, because actually the most important thing is on the PTG and the MOOC itself. Okay, thank you. Maybe I can invite Encik Amin to share. Or is there any question? I think we leave the question. Can we leave the questions during the PTG and the MOOC presentation? Is it okay for you? Morning. Okay, there's no question in the chat, so maybe we can proceed. And Chairman, we can proceed for your updates.
Thank you, Puan Salmi. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you very much, Encik Afizi, and good morning, Dr. Ricky. I'm back again, but this time online. So there's a little bit new information that I like to share with everyone in FKAL. This is regarding what we have came out and finalized from our discussion yesterday. It's come about from the idea of how to make things much simpler in implementing the PTG in ITEL, because the most important thing here is how we make things smoother and interesting and easier for everyone, and not to jeopardize the whole concept of PTG. So I would like to share just a little bit here. Give me a few minutes, a few seconds. Right. If you Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay. Right. So because I only use one screen here. Okay. So right. So this is what what I have mentioned the other day, based on the 30%, 14, 14, 18, and then the item 14, 14, 18 is actually refer not to the item but on the hours. So the distribution is actually based on hours, because I make a mistake here, because 30% SLT, student learning time. So it couldn't be 14 items. It has to be 14 hours. So 14 hours and 8 hours, then it's becoming 36 SLT for 4 weeks. So I think this has been cleared. We'll clear what Dr. Ricky has in doubt before. It's been troubling Dr. Ricky's mind about the content. So from this one, if we are looking about 14 hours, so it's about roughly 3.5, and 2 times 4. Right. So then again, instead of 4 learning material, now we decided to have it like 1 learning material, but it is up to the lecturers to have more. But make sure that it is not more than 3.5 hours lah for each learning material and learning activity and e-assessment. If you think you need to have more learning material, so you can do that, but make sure that we are actually catering only 14 hours. 14 hours for learning material for 4 PTG. Just go to the learning activity and e-assessment 8 hours learning activity 4 hours back, exactly like what it is here. Okay, 14 hours and 8 hours. Please don't go more than this, because if we stick to 30%, so this is how it's supposed to be. We don't want students to to complain and all those things like what happened in the previous. So unless you are going to 40% or 50%, that is a different case. So the calculation of hours is also will be different. This is just based on the 30% only, right? So all these PTG1, PTG2, PTG3, and PTG4 remain the same as what I have explained. What changed here is instead of 4 here and 3 here earlier, it's becoming 1. That is the minimum. You can go up to maybe 2. But remember, for every 10 minutes of video is equal to 1 hour contact. Okay, and maybe you can decided to have 2 here, 1 video and one extended reading material. So it's up to you how you are going about with that one. And another thing that I would like to just highlight here, just a little bit here, that when you are using this one, when you are at your resources, please use the correct resource icon, and we will sort out this thing, because we have discovered that there are a few icon in blue that is actually goes into activities, and we'll try to sort out that things. Okay, so don't worry about that one. We will have discussion with JTMK. But what important is, this is like what Puan Sarmi has mentioned, when you are designing your material, your digital content for the content activity and e-assessment, please refer to Alan Carrington's wheel of pedagogy wheels. So you can just find this easily in the website. So I think that is all from me. So if you have any questions so far regarding this one, you may ask now or maybe later. You have any questions, Dr. Ricky? Dr. Ricky, I will forward the notes that I had that you asked from me the other day. I have converted it into notes, one piece of paper through Encik Hafizi, and Encik Hafizi will pass it to you later. Thank you so much. That is all from me. So maybe
Thank you.
Yes, maybe I just stop my presentation here if there's no question. I think this is very clear, yeah, Dr. Ricky.
This is better.
It's much simpler and straightforward.
Yes.
Minimum 1, you can go 2 or maybe 3, but make sure it's about 3.5 hours for learning material, 3.5 hours on learning activity, and 2 hours on e-assessment for one whole PTG, meaning one whole week. You can work out from there lah. Thank you so much. That's all from me. Thank you,
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jamin. So maybe I would like to call upon Miss Eugenia, Madam Eugenia, to present for MOOC. Okay.
Hello. Okay, so good morning, everyone. So what the things that I'm projecting now is, hold on, yeah, is how do you need to apply for your MOOC? Okay, this is like step by step. Okay, so we have changed. We did a little thing change once we've already attended a few workshops that was done by the KPT. Okay, so how do you need to register for MOOC? So currently, we are now asking you to develop your MOOC first, then only you fulfill the template, then only we give the reviewers their surat lantikan to review your MOOC. Okay, so first things first, you have to fill in a Google form, and then you retrieve the template from there. Then only we will, from the email, we will give you a link to develop your MOOC. So approximately 6 months to actually develop your MOOC. Okay, so from the link that we have provided to you. Okay, so after that, okay, once you've done your MOOC, you definitely have to fill up a different link, Google Form link, to upload your template, and then to tell us who are the reviewers. Okay, so give the 2 reviewers name, and then we will issue the appointment letter to the selected reviewers from you. Make sure the reviewers are the expert in the subject that you are, the course that you are developing. Okay, so 2 reviewers, make sure it's your colleague, somebody who you know, internal reviewers. Okay, so once they have review, okay, then approximately also we just give that time 1 month. So when they already give us the feedback, and then we will get back to you on what you need to change. Okay, definitely we will need any changes in your MOOC, okay, in your MOOC course. You will have to make the changes also in the template. Okay, so we will need the amended copy of your template as well. So after that, only you will give us the template, and then you amend everything in your MOOC, okay, in that ITEL. Then only we will give you a letter telling you about your status of your MOOC, whether it's published or not. Okay, so that is the how do you need to register for the MOOC. The link is available in our PEP website and will be shared to Encik Hafizi, yeah. So that one. So let's go to, let's just start with this one. Okay, I don't know. Can you see my slide? Is it in full?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. So how do you need, so today I'm just going to cover Creative Commons and how do you need to create MOOC. So what are the contents that you should have in your MOOC? Okay, so get to know the application. It was just now. Okay, I've already mentioned through that infographic. Okay, so how do you need to create MOOC? Okay, so first things first, you will need to have your landing page. Okay, landing page is some sort of a promotional page where you need to promote your MOOC, your course. Okay, so definitely what you need to have in your landing page would be course information. Okay, your course information that includes course synopsis, the learning outcome for the course, the duration. We have decided to actually open up from 4 weeks or 4 topics. It's up to you. Some lecturers prefer to open their course as topic, and some prefer to call it as week 1, week 2. Okay, so you can put in minimum 4 topics or 4 weeks, or maximum, okay, it can go to 5, 6, 7, and the maximum week or topic would be 14. Okay, so up to you. You want to make a very short course, also can, doesn't matter. Okay, so level, definitely you need to let us know which level is this course for. Is it for the beginner, or is it for the intermediate students? Okay, are you aiming for advanced students? Okay, so fee for now, it's free because this is for internal. our students only, because we are currently waiting for JTMK to prepare the server. Okay, they have already got the server, but they are still trying to make it for our MOOC only, okay, to be open for the public. We cannot open our MOOC in ITEL for the public because due to security issue. So we have to have a different server to cater to our MOOC for the public. Okay, so this will be, I think, this year. Okay, it will be open this year because we have just received the news that our server is up and running last month, but they are still developing for MOOC to the public. Okay, so come up with an image of the course. Okay, so this is some sort of a promotion already. Okay, so only this. Okay. Okay, so the sample of laman promosi. Okay, sample of laman promosi. You can have a look at Putra MOOC because we are currently using, following Putra MOOC's, how do you say, the display, whatever they are displaying now, we are trying to follow because I think their MOOC is very friendly. Okay, and it's very easy to go through. Okay, so you can have a look at Putra MOOC. Okay, and then in there also they have a very short video to promote their course, so you can do that as well. So you can do that without even a green screen studio. You can use Canva, for example, to create your video. Okay, so that one is available and you can see it on your own. Okay, because there are a lot of courses being offered there, but they are, I think, using Open Learning as their platform. So different from us, we are using our own server. They are using Open Learning server. Okay, all right, so the main page. Okay, what do you need to have in the main page? Main page is usually right on top of our, when we go to ITEL or Smart V3, there's this first column. It shows about whatever you need to put in as the main page. Okay, so definitely you have to have some greetings. Okay, welcome students. I'm looking forward to be your teacher for this course. Okay, so all these greetings you need to have there in the first block. And then your lecturer's information, your full name, and then your which university you are from. Okay, so I'm not sure how do you need to share your information. So you just put your information there. And if there are other lecturers who are contributing or collaborating with you, please put their name as well. Okay, because they need to know who are the lecturers involved in developing this MOOC. Okay, so teaching schedule, if you have any synchronous activity with them, put in schedule. Okay, so show your schedule there in the first block. And then introduction video. I usually have introduction video in my ITEL. I would just say, hi everyone, my name is Eugenia, and then you can call me. Okay, and then I'm teaching what in this university. So a very brief, short video, 2 to 3 minutes or 1 minute also can, doesn't matter, as long as you have a video introducing yourself. Okay, so ice breaking, it can be in a form of face-to-face, which is synchronous. It's up to you. You want to do in Webex or Gmeet also can, and also Padlet or any other platform you'd like to have ice breaking session in a forum also can, doesn't matter, as long as you have this ice breaking in the first slot, okay, in the first column of that your Moodle, then okay. All right, so any questions from here, main page? Okay, I think there's no. Okay, all right, so let's go through the next one. So to start off with the topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, or it can be in a form of listening 1, listening 2, okay, up to you how you want to do it, or week 1, week 2. Okay, so minimum 4 topics or weeks to be developed. Okay, so definitely in one column or the first week, you minimum 1 video. Okay, so minimum 1 video for every week that you have. Okay, so minimum 4 topics. Okay, and then you can go for 14 topics for 1 MOOC. Okay, it's up to you. So you need to definitely give the duration, tell the students the duration in the laman promosi. Okay, the landing page. So learning outcomes must be emphasized in each week. So what can they learn in this week? Okay, you need to emphasize, you need to tell them what are the learning outcomes once you've done this particular week. Okay, so you need to actually tell them that. Okay, so the content, the course content. So minimum 1 original video. Okay, you have to record yourself explaining about the content. Okay, so minimum 1. Okay, so it can go up to 4 videos. Okay, it's up to you, but don't go, I think, more than 4. Okay, because again, 1 video is already equivalent to 1 hour. Okay, so at the end of the video, you must have your information and the presenter and also the developer. If you are collaborating with your partner, then definitely put there, okay, their names, okay, in the video. So make sure when you do your content and all, there's no sensitive issues on politics, religions, or racist remarks, and you should have disclaimer alert stated somewhere in your MOOC course, okay? All right, so at least once, mention at least once. Okay, so all works featured in MOOC should use Creative Commons license. Anything that is published outside already, you cannot feature it in your MOOC. Okay, so create your own, how do you say, file, okay, and then put your license, put your Creative Commons license on that page, okay, to show that it's yours. Okay, and then I also encourage you to upload your stuff in OER and then give links in your MOOC. So that can also show your visibility. Okay, so people can just easily search your name in Google Scholar and everything out, okay, from your repository under your name. Okay, so that is visibility. Let's go to the next one. The next one is how many activities should you have in 1 week or 1 topic? So at least 1. So since I say minimum 4 weeks or 4 topics should be done, so at least in 1 MOOC, 1 course MOOC, you should have a minimum of 4 activities. So 1 week, 1 activity. Okay, this activity, it can be in a form of somewhere that you get from a website, and then you give a link. Okay, so your students can just, oh, I want to try out this activity. So they can just go and do their self-learning there, okay, on that website. You just give a link, okay, just make sure to tell us what source, where did you get this source, the title, you know, TESOL attribution, okay, title, and then the, what was that again? Title, yeah, and then the source, and then the link, okay, all right. So, and then the assignment, or title, author, TASL, title, author, the source, and the link. So assignment, again, minimum 1 for 1 week or 1 for 1 topic. So this assignment, it sounds like heavy, okay? But just like what Dr. Kenneth had previously mentioned to everybody, we want to lessen our burden. So we don't want to keep on going in our MOOC and, you know, mark everybody's work, because it can be 100,000 of students. So we can come up with a quiz, MCQ quiz that is self-marked work, okay? So you can use Kahoot, okay? There should be at least a minimum 4 assignments. So you can do like 10 questions of pop quiz, okay? So that is also part of the assignment. Okay, activity, you can just embed outside outside sources of link. Okay, so that one. And then you should also have some extra reading. Okay, if you have additional resources that you would like to feature in MOOC, provide the link. Okay, and then again, as I told you, TASL, TASL. Okay, so you can get from YouTube. Okay, additional extra reading you can get from YouTube. You can get from other websites that you want your students to read the resource. Okay, so the material, so you just put in the link. So this extra reading, not by you, but definitely you need to let us know where did you get the resources. Okay, just link. You don't give us a hard copy there, then that is already not a common creative license. Okay, so reference and acknowledgement. Okay, this one can be done in every week if you want, or it can be towards the end of the course. Okay, so do your reference and also acknowledgement if you'd like to acknowledge who are those people who are helping you out in developing the courses. Definitely you should put that. Okay, so that's, yeah. Okay, before we go to Creative Commons, do you have any questions? Okay, I think silence means okay. I can proceed to Creative Commons. Okay, so Creative Commons, we have 4 images that's usually people question, what is it? Okay, so CC means Creative Commons. So usually you see CC BY. Okay, this is a free license. Okay, so this somebody looks like somebody standing. Okay, it's compulsory to attribute somebody. Okay, so this is attribution, CC BY, BY by who. Okay, so compulsory must always credit me. So this $sign and then strike, use it but don't make money out of it. Okay, and then this equal sign means you can copy or duplicate but do not change the content. Okay, so you need to share whatever I have as equal. Okay, share the original version only. Okay, this one, you can change my content, you can change anything, you can adopt, you can adapt, but make sure you need to share my license the same way how I share it. Okay, so you need to repeat the license. Whatever this author say, okay, for an example, compulsory, use it but don't make money, and then share alike. Then in your paper as well, when you have done your changes and then you attribute him, this one also same. Okay, you cannot change to non-derivative, cannot. Okay, all right, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so what I usually ask everybody to do is to actually use this 5. These are the top 3 recommended license that I usually encourage everybody to use. But this one is also okay if you don't want your materials to be monetized. Okay, so all these 3, okay, they allow you to copy, they allow you to do some changes, and they allow you to sell the work. Okay, so this one is okay. All right, so this one, people can copy, people can also make changes, but it's just that they cannot make money out of it. Okay, they cannot make money out of it. So this one is very strict. This is copyright. Okay, this is copyright, which you don't allow people to even share your work. Okay, so copyright, it belongs to you and only you. So this one, CCBY and then non-derivative, CCBY, non-monetized and then non-derivative. Okay, you can only copy. Okay, so this one, not encouraged to be put in OER, not encouraged to be put in MOOC as well. Okay, because OER and MOOC, they are only for for us to share to everybody and to share the knowledge and also to allow people to adapt and adopt. Okay, all right. So I think any more? Yeah, I think that's it about from me. Yeah, so do you guys have any questions?
For Nujina,
Yeah.
Fizi here.
Mm-hmm.
Two questions.
Yeah.
Regarding MOOC, I believe the university will assign a minimum number of MOOC that should be developed by each faculty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not on every person.
No.
That's my first question. Second one, about OER, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
About OER, the lecturer has to register in the system and then to be responded by the admin, right?
Yes, correct.
Because I have one lecturer here who never had any response from the admin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because we are short-staffed. Okay, but I will let Zul know about this.
Is
Okay.
it Zul or Daniel?
I don't know these two.
Okay, yeah.
These two. Yeah. So Daniel is currently new because he's replacing whatever Nora's doing. So
Okay, understood. Yeah.
yeah. So I think he's also trying to learn.
Okay, tak apa, nanti saya contact Daniel ataupun Zul.
Yeah, boleh.
Okay.
Boleh. Yeah. Okay. All right. So any other questions from the rest? Okay, just to be clear ya, MOOC bukan paksaan, tapi it's good to actually to learn something new, and it's only 4 weeks. Other universities, they open up to more than 4 weeks, okay? That's their minimum. Actually, some say minimum should be 10 weeks or 10 topics, but we give you flexibility if you want to have a beginner to how to create a document in Microsoft Office. You can also do that, okay? This is for our students as well. It's good to enhance their skills, okay? So can you see what I'm projecting now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so this is Creative Commons org, okay? So some of you might be wondering, how do you actually get the icon, right? How to create the icon for your work, okay? So I'm here in creativecommons.org, okay? So what you have to do is to, when you go in, this display will be here, and then you just click on share your work. Once you click on share your work, this will come out, okay? This blue colored thing will come out, and then you just click on get started, okay? So get started, and then you choose your license. So these questions, they help, all right? So allow adaptations of your work to be shared, then you say yes, or you want to be shared alike, then you can just click on this, okay? So notice that once you click here, then the share alike button is, shown here. Okay, so this keeps on changing as when you do this. Okay, allow commercial uses of your work, then you say no. Then you don't want people to sell your work. You want it to be free. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so allow commercial uses of your work, yes. Okay, so again, we encourage this one. This is a free culture license. We want people to actually get free education, okay? We want to open up to the world, then give them for free, okay? And then visibility is you, okay? So allow adaptations of your work to be shared, and then you say yes, okay? So CC, BY only. So once you get whatever you want, the license that you want, okay? So you just get this, copy and paste it on your Microsoft document or pages, okay, or other materials that you have, okay, your PDF. So this is the normal icon, or you can choose the compact icon, that is like this. Okay, normal or compact. Okay, so copy this code to let your visitors know. It's okay, this one, you just copy this, copy and paste. Okay, all right, so I think there are no, do I have any questions? Hold on, let me check. Stop sharing. Okay, I think I'm done.
So thank you, Puan Gina, for your great sharing on MOOC and OER. I believe after this, Puan Sanmi will take you. Puan Sanmi
Yes,
here? Yeah,
yeah,
Puan Sanmi,
yes,
right?
yes, busy. Yeah.
Number
I
ya?
was just, yeah, I was just reading Dr. Ricky punya soalan on the new
Okay.
table 4. So I'll share you the link of the table 4, but I think the TDAs, I think TDA will know which is the current one, but I'll give you the one that I've tested for the PTG. Okay. Now, okay. So there are 40 of us now. So shape my PowerPoint. Is my
Ada orang ambil attendance kan, Puan Sanmi?
attendance.
Ya, mata IDP.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Nasir. Luckily you remind us. Kejap ya. Share. Share this one first. My video first. Kejap. Okay, it's me again. Now to check. Okay. This is about PPG. As Dr. Ricky has mentioned just now, there's a new template. It's not the new template. It's not a new table 4. It's a improved table 4, which they automatically calculate the PTG in the table 4. So I will share with you the copy of the table 4. I think you can download it from the SharePoint from PPKA, but I will give you the link to download. Mana sudah saya ini? Okay. The agenda for my presentation is first to explain the blended learning and the current changes in Malaysia, because this will answer the question, why? Why do we want to change to PTG? So, the second one is how to design a substitute blended learning SBL, but it's only a surface because they will be training more on this later. And the third one is how is the SBL PTG simulation based on student learning time? Okay. Actually, what PEP is doing is doesn't come out from thin air. It is based on these two guidelines. One is the playbook for pengajaran dan pembelajaran dalam talian. I strongly suggest you to read this one, but it is 130 pages of playbook. You can read it during your free time. But there's one part of it, chapter 1.5, it only touch on the PTG itself, so you can read for it. But keep in mind, because when you look into the table 4 in the playbook, it's actually, this is for the general. So every university have their own style of table 4. So the table 4 used this in this playbook is based on another university. So you just leave out the table 4, but you read on the explanation on how to do about it. And the second one is on the Garis Panduan Pelaksanaan Pembelajaran Teraduan Gantian. This was published in 2020 during the COVID. I was involved in the Bengkel to develop this Garis Panduan PTG in 2018. Okay, this is the chronology. Actually, the planning is started in 2014, but in 2018 there's a Bengkel on it, pemantapan pelaksanaan PTG. And actually, during this time, UMS was asked to implement PTG already, but 2018, I remember we just started with the 1732 mantra. So I told other IPTs that UMS need time for the awareness of e-learning. So we got times from 2018 to 2022 to deliver our courses in 1732, while other universities, they are changing to PTG. I remember last year or 2031, when Prof. Wan Zuhaines come to UMS, she kept on asking us, why didn't UMS is doing implementing the PTG? Actually, the paperwork for PTG is already submitted to Senate in 2020, but it's already been validated, disahkan dalam mesyuarat Senate December last year. That's why we do this roadshow that to explain to the faculties that why we should change from PTS to PTG. Okay, 1732 is a PTS. The PTG is the 40-40-20. Okay, this is what I've mentioned before. Actually, before the 1732, there's another formula, and UMS will adopt the 1732. There's another formula actually, the 5-40-35-20, but UMS we skip this because we are still in the awareness level, as I've justified with other IPTs, but it's already 2023, after 5 years, when our BL is reaching 100%, it means our lecturers are ready for online. So we're changing the formula to 40-40-20. From number it's really like a big changes, but actually the implementation is still the same. There's no changes in the way how we teach the activities, the lecture is still the same, but how we count your online learning is different. So instead of the 1732, okay, the 1732 is based on your jumlah jam bersemuka. Let's say you have 3 credit hours class, like courses. The jumlah jam bersemuka will be 14 weeks times 3 credit hours. It should be 40 hours. So we took the 30% of 40 hours, which is equal to 12.6 hours. So we rounded it to 13 hours. So the 13 hours is the 1 plus 7 plus 3 plus 2. So that's what we call as the 1732 PTS. But now the changes is, instead of counting the jumlah jam bersemuka, we are counting the SLT, student learning time. So we only know about SLT in our table 4. Right. In our table 4, there will be a SLT, the 120 hours. So the 40-40 formula is actually is a 40% is from 40% from 120 hours. The second, and 20% from 120 hours. The first 40% is the learning materials. So 40% from 120 hours is 40% is 36. Is it 36? Yes, kan? 36 hours. So Is it? Betulkah? Saya sudah salah kira kah? Betulkah itu Eugene ya? Inilah bila orang social science
FKAL.
40% daripada 120 is 48. Oh, kiraan dia daripada PTG. Okay. Ini orang selalu confuse. Saya pun sudah confused. Actually, the formula PTG is for you to do online learning. This will be the formula. 40% for learning materials, 40% from for student engagement, 20% for e-assessment. And remember, our PTG, our online learning in UMS, because based on the formula is blended learning is 30% to 79%. So UMS, in UMS, 1732 is based on the 30%. So this one, the 40-40-20 is actually 30% from 30% from 120 hours, which is 36 hours. So from the 36 hours, 40% is for teaching materials, 40, which is equal to 14 hours. 40% from 36 hours is also 14 hours, and 20% from 36 is 8 hours. We round it to 8 hours. So that will be the formula. I think we should nanti there's a table for it. You don't have to count it using calculator. Macam yang saya buat tadi, saya kira dengan calculator pula. But why blended learning? As I mentioned before, for 1732, you should be physically in person, in real time, or whether you are doing in real time in terms of virtual real time teleconferencing, which is called synchronous. And or if you cannot attend the real time physical face to face, we have to replace it in supportive. But in PTG, in the substitute, you don't have to substitute your class, and this is stated in the garis panduan. So let's say we have 14 weeks of classes, and then you plan to go off a conference on week 4. So you put in your planning, week 4 is online, is a PTG class. So you don't have to replace the class. You only have to upload your materials, your activities, and your assessment, e-assessment. So in that case, it brings flexibility to us, because sometimes when we have our cuti, selalu cuti umum, atau we have our conference, we don't have to attend the class physically, and then we just put it in our ITEL, and it is classified as a full class. So it is this this thing is mentioned in this our guideline, UMS guidelines on PTG. So I will give you the draft of the PTG after this, but it's only a draft because after the Senate meeting, there's another caveat that they have to add, and you have to read it together with the slide that we will be provided to you. Okay, this is the definition of blended learning. 30% to 79% of your content, activities, and assessment conducted online, either supporting or replacing face-to-face. This is based on the Dasar e-Pembelajaran Negara 2011. This is the operational learning they have mentioned before. Learning materials, 40%. Learning activities, 40%. Learning assessment, 20%. Based on, if you choose 30% of 120, it should be 36 hours. Okay. This is the calculation just now. This is based on the garis panduan. What do you mean? I think everybody knows what constitute in bahan pengajaran, in activity, and in e-pentaksiran. But now we are going to more for flexible education. We're going more into student engagement. That's why we increase the activity pembelajaran percentage. We want the student to really not simply using the ITEL to download notes, but using the ITEL for them to do the discussion there, because it's recorded when you do a forum, the discussion is there. So if you do Kahoot or Padlet, you only have to embed the link into our ITEL. That is we call as activity pembelajaran. And then we have a quiz. Usually it's a formative quiz, which is penilaian tugasan refleksi. And my suggestion will be, for courses, for topics that you choose to be a PTG, you do all the materials, you do all the activity pembelajaran dan e-learning, the e-assessment for that topics. So it is fully online. Usually sekarang our current practice, lecture online, tutorial face to face. Last time 170 itu begitu kita boleh buat. But now in PTG, our suggestion will be like this. Okay. Okay. This is why I said just now, there's a table for it that in which the lecturer don't have to count for it. Okay. I think for the Timbalan, Hafizi, if our Timbalan Dekan Academic ada tidak sini?
Ada, Dr. Ricky.
Dr. Ricky ya?
Ya.
Lupa lah Dr. Ricky. Okay, Dr. Ricky, sorry. Actually, even though, okay, the definition of blended learning is 30 to 79%. Okay, even though the definition of blended learning is 30 to 79%. All this while in UMS, in terms of blended learning yang counted in LNPT, it only based on the 30%. Okay, 30% of your teaching. So that comes out with 732. But with PTG, you can have the prerogative, whether you want to push your faculties to do a minimum. The minimum is 30% lah to achieve under 14.8. But if the faculty feels that they want to go to 40%, so the 40% of PTG. So the material, the activity, the assessment will be 19, 10. And actually, and if they want to be adventurous enough to be 50% online, PTG, so the material should be in 20. This is more on 20 hours, yeah? Material 24 hours, activity 24 hours, assessment 12 hours. So if you do a SBL for 30%, you can replace 4 weeks of classes. If you choose 40%, you can replace 5 to 6 weeks of classes. And if you choose 50% of PTG, you can replace up to 7 weeks. Because sometimes, okay. Because
Sorry,
sometimes,
Puan Salmi,
yes,
sorry for interruption. Classes mean classes including lecture and tutorial, or lecture classes only?
This is only SBL is 4 classes only for this one. This is when we say 4 weeks. 4 weeks is for lecture.
Excluding tutorial classes, meaning tutorial classes must be conducted physically.
No, it depends. Tutorial classes is activity, right?
Meaning it can be done online, right?
Yes. When you follow, if you put your classes, there's a tutorial. So that week 4 is for PTG. So the lecture is online. The tutorial will be online, and the assessment will be online. If you have, because some of courses they don't have tutorials, but if you have tutorials, you can conduct it online. Because the reason for it, because you are not available, right? So what macam it's not fair lah. You don't have lecture, but tiba-tiba you go for tutorial, tiba-tiba ada pula kan. So so you can do it online. Okay. But yang wajib, yang kategori wajib for us to follow is the 30%, ya, 14, 8. So for the beginning, my suggestion will be to make it easier, we stick to the 30%. Unless ada yang memang ada adventurous, want to go to 40 or 50%, you can write into your faculty, and the faculty can decide whether they can allow or not. Why we give the prerogative to the faculty to decide? because the faculty knows whether the subjects can do online or not, because sometimes there are subjects which is practical. So we in PP we doesn't know, maybe kami luluskan saja maybe, but it is better to empower the faculty. You have the prerogative to decide whether the courses could choose PTG for 40% or 50%. So it depends on the faculty. The JKPA will decide for you, for the lecturers. So the lecturer dia tidak perlu tanya dengan PP, bolehkah kami buat 40%? So because usually my answer will be, go back to your faculty and request for them to allow you. Because our general guidelines is for 30 to 79, providing the general guideline. But the one who is the subject matter expert is you. You know what actually happened in your faculty. Yeah, so you can allow whether the courses is suitable for more than 30% or not. Okay. Next. That is for 3 credit hours, yeah. If your course is 2 credit hours, so this is the number of hours that you should put in your table 4. If you choose 30%, 10 4, 10 hours material, 10 hours activity, and 4 hours of assessment. And also you can for class replacement 4 weeks also. This is the calculation for 4 credit hours. Okay. Actually, there's another faculty. There's another faculty got 1 credit hours. So we will prepare the table for them, and as well as 6 credit hours. For FKAL, do you have any subject which doesn't fall into that criteria, 1 credit hours and 6 credit hours? Is there any 8 credit hours for your courses? Adakah? Your latihan practical, how many credit hours? 6.
So sini kah? Practical.
Practical berapa?
Practical 6 kan, Cik Samsul?
6.
Ada kah?
6, huh? So I will, if it's 6, because in this table, in my slide, tidak ada 6. So I will prepare it for 6. So you can look into the material berapa many hours. Okay? Sebab saya rasa in our faculty, oh no, 8 jam lain pula. Okay, this is the table.
Sorry ya.
Sorry,
Puan.
yes, yeah.
Di sini ya. Untuk latihan praktikal pun perlu ikut PTG kah?
Tidak wajib. Usually praktikum tidak akan ada PTG usually.
Yes.
Usually there will be exception, doctor. Because all this why even the 1732 we will give exception for subject yang memang tidak boleh follow the criteria. So the faculty will only have to write to us and inform that this subject is macam practical lah. Kan practical usually mana ada kita online lagi, memang semua kita face to face kan.
Ya, betul.
So you have to write to us. Memang we took into consideration sebab sometimes ada juga yang mau yang buat online because they don't want to see the student untuk bagi taklimat semua tu face to face. They want to do it online. So that's why we go to for Roadshow, because each faculties kan dia ada different requirement. So you just request to us, write to us about it. Right? Okay, Dr. Ricky?
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Next, kejap, kenapa dia tidak boleh next? Okay. The new table 4. Okay. I think it's better for me to show my table 4. Kan? Stop dulu. Tapi before I find for my table 4, better saya share dia punya link. Okay. This the link for the table for PTG prepared by PPKA. Maybe you can scan it. Kalau tidak boleh scan, I give you the apa nama dia, link dalam chat box. Where is the chat box? Okay, latihan industri going from 6 to 12, ya. Ya, Dr. Mina, sama. In our faculty pun is going to, dia different. But for now, kita fikir apa yang ada sekarang juga sekarang ni. So, HE23, 12 credit is for latihan industri, right? Dr. Azmi.
So, 12 kredit untuk latihan industri.
Okay, okay. But if it's not it's not conducted online, so you will be safe lah. You don't have to prepare the PTG for that. So this is based on requirement lah, whether you need a PTG for the latihan practicum. Okay, I would like to show before that. Faiz, boleh share tidak yang di mana tu? Table 4 yang ada di laptop.
Assalamualaikum, Zul Fadli.
Yes. Zul kah?
Balik sudah.
Okay, Zul, can you
Table
share?
4. Boleh,
Yeah,
boleh.
yeah, the one that we already usually share dalam mana? Saya stop dulu ya.
Okay.
Supaya- Okay, itu link kan dia guna SharePoint, itu link PPKA. Nanti saya tanya PPKA kenapa susah mau access to link. Because this is not our punya table 4 is owned by PPKA. So actually whatever we do, changes in the PTG should have the consent from the PPKA. So link itu is from PPKA. Nanti saya cek. Okay. Saya boleh masuk ke tidak? Adakah sudah? Okay. Apa yang di-share di depan in front of you? Okay. Okay. This is based on table 4 yang updated on the 13 October. Ini yang saya test. This is what I test for the PTG to work. Okay. Macam biasalah from the guide kita isi semua ada CLO 1, CLO 2, CLO 3, and then the level C1, C2, C3F, PLO 1, PLO 3. Next one, the form, the teaching and learning. This is where the place yang kita masukkan our teaching kan. So, based on this, okay, cantik. Based on this, I choose 4. The trick is, untuk saya tahu bila saya capai PTG or not, I choose 4 weeks where I want to do an online class. So, in my case, I choose the management of occupational safety and health, week 4. Kenapa ada 2 di sana tu? Online, I do online lecture, and then ada materials juga 2 jam, and then ada activity 3 hours, and learning independent 2 hours, and then they counted the SLT. The second one yang saya buat week is the risk management, also lecture online, right? And you look into the convention. Bila saya buat online di conventional physical tu memang kosong, okay? And then another is mana lagi? Accident compensation and workers welfare. Saya buat online, and then current issues saya buat online. Saya isi ini dahulu untuk I got the 36 hours for PTG. So how do you know? Lepas isi ini baru saya isi yang course overview, the course summary, everything. Because in this table 4, it will counted turun bawah. Okay. To 84. Dia mesti 84 kan, usually yang cadangkan mesti 84. So mana ni? Okay. Adakah saya yang kira total ni? Ini total ni saya buat sendiri ni, yang kuning ni, sebab untuk senang saya kira. Actually sini ada sudah. Kan. Sini boleh nampak sudah. When you go to yang orange ni yang di bawah. Minimum PTG SLT materials is 14. This is 14, 14, 18, 14, 14, 8. Activities pun already 14. Okay. Dia sudah nampak di sini. Bila kita isi begini, dia akan terus nampak di sini. Di bawah ni ada orange part. In terms of assessment, dia automatic kira. Kau klik the assessment, Zul. Sekejap tengok. Okay. Sebab my assessment 8, this one. Online, the online mediated asynchronous 7 campur 2, 9. Macam tu. So it's already counted here. Kalau face to face, dia akan ada face to face lah. Mine is 8.8. Sini. Okay. Turun, next tool, not turun. SLT summary. This is the one yang automatic counted. The last part. This is the PTG, substitute blended learning. Kasih tengah sikit. Okay. Okay. Learning materials based on what I've put it in the TNL just now. 19 hours tidak sampai. Memang saya kira-kira memang susah mau dapat. Maybe I will godek lagi tengok macam mana boleh dapat. Kalau boleh dapat 20, dapat 40%. Learning materials 19 and assessment 9. So based on the Pratus, the 40, 40, 20 is there. Just follow this one yang 40, 40. So kita akan nampak di sini. Pratus tu. So in order for you to understand this, you have to do it in your own course, and then you will know whether your course can be a PTG or not. If your course have many practical, maybe 80% of your course is practical kan? I think you wouldn't achieve. Yeah.
Can you just repeat? Macam saya tertinggal sedikit lah.
Apa tu?
Can you just repeat from the table 4 just now, the plotting tu?
Daripada TNL. Ini macam biasalah.
Table 4 just now. From up here. Okay. From here lah. Yeah.
From here.
You just click which one that you have plotted, then you show us next and until we meet to that screen just now lah.
Oh, sebab this one is not my slide, but saya tidak boleh klik dia yang initiate by others. Saya tidak boleh klik tu apa. But the thing is, sorry for that. But if you really want to, I suggest you to attend our kursus nanti bengkel. Dr. Ricky maybe boleh hantar Samsul nanti. We have a training on it. On the 7th of March. I heard. Alah. Jangan alah. Tapi actually it's easy. Sebenarnya before this is between me and the TDA. TDA yang designs. Try to do it how we can achieve the PTG. So you just try. Tidak ada salah untuk try look into, dan kalau tidak boleh buat, how to go about it. And actually you are most welcome to message me to ask whether this is okay or not. Okay? Because
okay,
this is
thank you so much for
because this only the roadshow. We just want to share you what is actually we are doing, and then you can try it yourself. But if you really need us to help you in this, you just tell Hafizi, and then we try. Maybe lah, boleh lah saya fly naik boat ke naik kereta pergi sana. No problem. Okay. Pergi SLT summary tadi, Zul. Nanti if we have time, nanti saya cari ini dalam saya punya laptop. Nanti kita do it together. Nanti Dr. Samsul, kita if we have time lah. Saya rasa macam have time juga kita ni. Ini sudah okey kan? So CAP tu Zul sudah. Dr. Rike, Ayuf the FKAL memang guna yang sudah yang this one type of apakah PTG table 4 yang ada tab-tab ni.
Belum.
Oh, we are the same.
Sebab yang table for PDG ini saya pun belum dapat lagi.
Okay, never mind. Sebab kalau di fakulti kami pun actually kami masih guna yang lama. Lama tu yang tab-tab di bawah tu pun tidak ada. Ada dua saja.
Betul. Yes.
So I know this is new. So you just try tengok macam mana sebab in the end Zul, ini yang cap ni macam yang kita buat tu lah yang cost assessment plan, you just put it here. Table 4 actually yang penting adalah yang bila kita tengok di sini. Yang ini. The table cost information. Actually, saya tanya dengan PKA pun sebenarnya dia akan tengok yang final part ni sahaja. Biasa audit pun akan tengok yang ini saja. Saya punya CLO ni saya letak juga saya punya C4 terus bah. C2, C4, A3 so pandai lupa. And then our faculty dia wajibkan mesti ada CU PLO1 and PLO2. Turun lagi. So kalau kita tengok sini, turun lagi. Tengok di sini dia tidak tunjukkan mana PTG tau. You only see 4, 5, 11 saya ada online. Dan dengan 13 saya ada online. Gitu saja. So we know it is online punya classes. Sebab saya replace dia dengan dengan face to face punya. So ini saja yang keluar. Saya pula mau gerak. Kasih turun bawah lagi Zul. Okey, di sini turun lagi. Saya rasa di sini pun dia tidak tulis pun. Dia tidak ada tulis PTG itu di sini. So actually yang dalam yang SLT summary is a guideline for you how to you prepare. Tapi in the end if dia PTG ataupun tidak, the faculty will tell us PEP whether these courses, certain courses memang dia tidak boleh PTG. So when it is not PTG, it falls under the PTS. So PTS 1732. Okay, if PTS it follows the 1732 because when we send our report to the ministry and they will ask whether how many our courses is in PTG and how many our courses in PTS. But just bear in mind, if you choose PTS, bermakna you cannot substitute your class for online. You have to replace. So that is the changes in PTS to PTG. Oh, Dr. Ricky belum dapat anda. Okay, sudah nih. Stop. Dr. Ricky kata dia belum dapat cek. Saya tengok Dr. Ricky punya belum menerima jemputan. We'll check on it Dr. Ricky because last week saya terima CC, kan? CC of the letter yang sent to faculty. Nanti saya cek balik whether maybe FKAL tercicir. Okay? Nanti saya cek. Sorry. Sampai sudah buka aspek sudah. Inilah kalau rabun dekat. Slide. Okay, saya tengok slide saya ada apa lagi?
Puan Salmi.
Ya saya.
One more thing about latihan industri and dissertation.
Usually kita akan ada exemption for that.
Okay, good. Itu saja saya mendengar.
Usually sebab kita in UMS kita ada accounting, kita ada engineering, kita ada FKAL yang dia ada strict requirement tau. So we cannot use that policy one size fits all. So we have to adhere to the nature of the courses. Sebab this is what we call flexible education. We are going for flexible education. So we should be flexible enough to look into whether it's suitable or not to be in the PTG or to be in the PTS. Macam tu. Okay. And as I said just now, because we need the changes because we want to be better. But be better doesn't mean we have to burden ourselves and burden the students. That's why we are going for quality. nanti in ITEL nanti kiraan dia nanti now sebab dalam ITEL is a different thing yang macam as presented by Encik Aman last time masa in Labuan. The system they tidak recognize the contact hours that we have put in the table 4, right? Dia tidak boleh baca the contact hours. So let the PTG punya contact hours tinggal di table 4. It actually as a documentation that we are practicing PTG. But for ITEL is a different thing. We wouldn't count the contact hours, but we'll count the criteria. So it will be the same. Like last time, the criteria is 1732, but now we are proposing another formula. The initial is not final yet. The initial is 442. 442 means 4 materials, 4 student engagement, 2 assessment. But it's only yang cadangan tahu sebab dia belum kena approve. But it wouldn't go lower than that. Dia mungkin boleh pergi tapi I think it wouldn't go more than macam yang Amin tersilap bagi tu. Dia mesti 14 material, 14 activity and 8 assessment. Bila itu berlaku, saya pun pening kepala, saya tidak mau buat. Imagine for lecturer pun kita nampak dia terbeban if we go for 14 materials, 14 activities and 8 assessment. Imagine for student yang ada 7 courses. Dia akan burden. And the reason for us to do a PTG is for them to make sure that when they're learning online, they're learning it with a quality time, not quantity. Okay? I think that's all. If you have any questions, you can ask now. Or I just put my contact number in the, if you want to message me. Coba. 01. You can WhatsApp me to ask question. Macam Dr. Samsul tu macam banyak lah dia mau tanya tu kan. So you can WhatsApp me. Kalau saya sedang meeting ataupun saya sedang kelas, saya akan lambat sikit jawab lah. 802-2204.
I have a question, Puan.
Yeah.
I'm Miza Mumin.
Dr. Miza.
I just wonder, are you going to have a proper training for table 4? Because this is like a very brief introduction, I believe.
Yeah, because it's a roadshow actually. If it's training, we will.
Otherwise, I cannot catch up, to be honest. It's too much.
Oh, okay, never mind. It's okay. Do you have the MQA punya penyelarasi, Dr. Ricky?
Dr. Jaludin?
Okay, actually, in our faculty, in our FSSK, our punya laras MQA yang akan share the table 4 punya how to isi. But if FKAL need assistant how to isi, I'm more than willing to help you, but another time lah, but it's not during this roadshow. So we can arrange another time. Is it okay begitu, Dr. Ricky?
Okay, boleh. Can.
And Dr. Miza, maybe if you get the table 4, kejap saya akan ada kat saya download tu table 4 dan saya bagi di try buat di sini. Kalau tidak ada soalan, maybe saya try untuk ni apa guna table 4 tu untuk kita develop kursus.
Yeah, it will be good.
But kita try because we still have time kan juga, jadi saya pergi dulu.
Yeah, I think it will be better if macam your center can send over somebody, so it will be a hands-on training. That would be nice.
Okay,
but not within this week lah.
Janganlah kita.
Janganlah maki.
Nah, maki. I know, I understand. Yeah. Even you come to this roadshow pun sangat bagus because saya tengok punya ramai 40 orang, so it's good. Saya guna ini. Okay. Kamu nampak bang slide saya?
Nampak kan.
Tapi saya tidak boleh saya kena download ini bah. I cannot use this one. Nanti marah orang saya bawa ke sini. Saya tidak boleh ubah ni. Is it share? I have to download this one first. File. Is it? Save as ke apa ni? Kejap ya.
Puan Sami,
Ya.
untuk sekarang ni saya rasa PTG ni mungkin macam 80% clear lah. Cuma tidak ada table 4. Jadi table 4 itu samar-samar. Jadi ada suggestion lah kalau boleh PEP datang ke Labuan untuk kalau boleh lah. Kalau FKAL boleh menjemput.
No problem, tapi bukan macam yang dicakapkan tadi after kita finish
Senat
semua
tu.
kita punya ni.
Tapi kena tunggu senat tadi kan?
Itu bukan senat. It is not. Kalau untuk PTG tidak payah senat. Actually the garis panduan
Table
punya.
4, sorry, PKPKA, right?
Ya, itu actually itu sudah clear. Actually the table 4 is already clear. So how it's a matter how to kenapa masih punya ni it's a matter how to fill in the table 4 yang itu memang need help lah. How to go about it. Sekejap, saya tidak share stop dulu video. Saya punya ni macam apa nama dia? Stuck saya punya laptop. Ketara dia heavy duty kena guna.
Sami.
Ya.
Hanifah sini.
Ya, Dr. Hanifah.
Ya, Puan Salmi, kalau saya ingat presentation yang dibuat oleh Encik Amin kan, dia Encik Amin share hari tu. It's either kita setiap fakulti akan follow fakulti punya pembahagian tu lah. It's either 30 berapa tak saya ingat macam tu.
30, 40, 50.
Ya, the one Puan Salmi share tadi dalam satu slide SBL simulation, tu saya tengok dia punya weightage adalah 40-40-20. So, kalau 40-40-20 ni, ini yang up to 4 weeks kah? Macam mana tu? Saya confused dia punya tu. Explain.
Ya, dia memang pandai confuse. Saya pun kalau tidak.
Sebab saya ingat macam yang Encik Amin share tu kan, dia kata dia bergantung kepada decision of the faculty, dia nak follow yang mana, yang 30 ke, 40 ataupun 50.
Okay, dia macam ni doktor. First, kita kena tahu the decision of the faculty. Let's say the faculty decide, kita punya PTG only 30%. So, bermakna kita punya teaching and learning 70% face-to-face, 30% online. Okay? So, the 30% is counted from dari jam kredit tu 120 jam kredit SLT, which is equal to 36 hours. Right. 30% daripada 120 dia jadi 36. From the 36 tu yang ada pecahan 40, 40, 20.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, from the calculation yang kita dapat, it will be 14 jam, 8 jam. 14 jam for teaching materials. 14 jam lagi for activities and 8 jam ada untuk assessment. It should be like that. So if you pilih 30%, that will be the formula. I will give you the table supaya senang. So if you choose for 30%, so senang lah 14. Kalau pergi 40%, dia jadi 19 something.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Saya cek ada apa lagi. This one. Ini yang kena share kan tadi. Saya rasa Encik Amin ada betulkan juga tadi pagi tentang kalau kita pilih 30%, 14 hours for learning materials, learning activities 40 hours, 20% 8 hours. But this is kenapa saya bezakan saya dengan Cik Amin? Sebab saya punya presentation is more on how you put it in your table 4. Kan? How you put it in table 4. Because in our table 4, it counted the hours. It counted the hours. So in this is my presentation is more on how do you plan your table for your teaching and learning, include the PTG for 30%. Saya kejap saya tidak boleh keluar daripada saya nih Pak. Oke, boleh sini. Ada boleh paham tidak apa yang saya jelaskan tadi?
Ya, jelas.
Oke.
Thank you.
Oke. Lampiran pemet. Oke, saya nampak sudahnya lampiran. What is missing is the table. Kenapa lainnya? Macam lain lah yang sudah ini. This is not the one. Saya rasa PPK ada buat perubahan lah dengan jadual ni, sebab yang online saya download ni different. Check balik. Where is the course information? 15 October.
Puan.
Ya.
Link yang Puan tadi share, yang table for PTG dengan Encik Amin share, di dalam folder tersebut kosong, tiada apa-apa.
Itulah saya heran kenapa kosong, sebab bila saya masuk ada. Okey. Itu yang saya heran. The thing is kejap saya share balik
Mungkin Puan ada access code.
Mungkin saya ada akses, but now saya sudah jumpa itu table 4. So I will share the table 4 yang ikut template 13 Oktober. Kejap ya.
Iya.
Itulah. Nanti I will tell dengan PPKA lah yang orang susah mau akses tu. Kan? Sebab it should be orang patutnya boleh akses because the faculty is using that kan?
Yes.
Nanti I will tell dengan PPKA. Maybe last time di Google Drive senang. Bila dia sudah pindah ke SharePoint, dia susah sikit pun masuk. Kejap lah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you Dr. Ricky. Okay. This is based on the yang table 4 yang kita digalakkan guna. The template was updated 13 October. So kita akan guna yang ini. Dr. Samsul ada sama Dr. apa tadi yang tanya tu? So di sini kita kena isikan ni kejap. Kita try isi di sini dulu tanpa perlu apa. Like select 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 3, 4, 6. Okay, ini 14 weeks. Let's say inilah CLO kita tidak berapa kira kan. So sekarang let's say saya mau buat the first 4 weeks sebagai online. This is for the sake of learning macam jangan. So 2 jam. Adakah dia kira sudah di bawah 8 jam? Okay. Lepas tu saya ada aktiviti. This is bahan. Saya bagi bahan juga. Yang minggu pertama tiada bahan misalnya. Jadi 8. Mungkin sini 2. Sini. So, biasa saya akan cek di sini. Kenapa tak? 8 campur 6 sudah 14 for material. Kita ingat tadi bila kita buat 30% kan, for material is 14 hours. So 8 campur 6 is already 14. So material kita sudah okay. The second part is student engagement kan, is also 14 jam. So kalau online, you can do the activity synchronous or asynchronous. Okay. Macam saya ada buat juga online, lepas tu saya ada bahan juga macam ini. But this is counted as material. So kalau your activity, let's say you want to do it synchronous, you put it here. Tutorial misalnya, you attend tutorial secara online macam tu. But if it's the macam asynchronous, macam forum misalnya, you don't have to wait 24 hours in front of the camera kan, untuk wait for the student to discuss. We give them maybe 1 week, 5 days to discuss. So I put it here, and then you are the one yang suggest untuk, let's say the activity is forum. So forum tu berapa jam beban dia for student. So I will put it, let's say, sebab it is di sini maybe first week the activity is discussion. So maybe dia akan ada forum ataupun dia kena buat project or presentation ke apa kan, the activities. So maybe I will put it 4. Dan maybe ada aktiviti lain yang memang aktiviti dalam kelas 4. Dan atas 6. Nah, 4 jugalah. Kan, so first week tidak ada aktiviti sangat, they have to discuss only. So bila kita tengok ni 12, 13, 14 jam sudah for the activities. Or maybe you want to be the activity to be sini tutorial 4. So you put it here. Ataupun ada juga tutorial, ada juga activity. So it's up to you. As long as kan, tapi di sini materials, okay. Di sini materials, sorry. Semua activity is here. So it's 4. So it's already 14. So 40%, teaching material 14 jam. Apa itu 14 jam? Activities 14 jam. Yang 8 jam itu adalah di assessment. Sebab ini, bila sudah buat ini kan, tengok kita sudah ada sini. Ini 28 nih kan, 28. It should be 28. Barulah kita letak lecture lain. Tak jelah. Terlebih. Kita ada lecture, kita ada tutorial. Cukupkan tutorial. Ini dengan andaian kita ada tutorial lah. Okay. Sebab ada kelas yang tidak ada tutorial. Klik. Okay. Now we have to put in the independent learning. Kalau online learning, usually the principle of online learning, kita actually bila dorang sudah belajar 2-4 ni, actually dia is already independent learning. So dia boleh kosong di sini. Dia boleh kosong sini. But if you want to put 1-2 pun tidak ada masalah because this is tidak kena kunci. So you can still use that. So independent learning. Sebab kita boleh adjust. Ini betul-betul hands on, 58. Usually kita akan propose 84 di sini kan. 84. So 84 kita sudah ada 58. So the learning tu will be around 26. Jadi coba kita try sini. Dia pandai lebih ni kalau begini. 50 lebih. Jangan lebih. So we need another maybe ada activity independent learning ya yang maybe lebih, so you put here 3 sampai ke sudah 84. Tambah 2 lagi. So we can adjust actually the independent learning. Usually kalau dulu, ini ada soalan, orang MQA ni akan tanya, orang kita pun akan tanya. Dulu kita guna one to one, satu lecture class equals to satu independent learning. But arahan itu dibuat sebelum kita ada masukkan elemen online learning dalam pengajaran yang konvensional punya. So I refer to PPKA. So far, memandangkan ini baru, at least sekarang ini kita memang kita buat macam ini ya. Ada 2 jam kuliah, kita ada 2 juga jam independent learning. Jadi dia one to one. Okay. So untuk PNP kita sudah ada 84 jam. So yang baki itulah adalah di assessment. So let's say saya ada 1, 2, 3 assessment. Alah, dia tidak marks pula. Satu assessment saya memang, tapi ini adalah untuk macam mana cakap apa? If you do your midterm online, boleh masuk sini. So it depends on you buat midterm online atau tidak. Kalau tiada. Kalau yang kuis yang macam yang berbentuk formative, bukan summative, you don't have to put it here. So dia akan dapat sini, sini kiraan dia akan jadi 36 tu, dan bila kita masukkan figure automatic ketika dia sudah kasih kira dia punya jam-jam. So kalau ini midterm 2 jam, kenapa dia jadi synchronous? Dia akan kira di sini. Tapi assessment tadi sepatutnya 8 kan, persediaan dia independen dia 48. Oh, I know this. Dia akan jadi 8 sini. Sebenarnya dia sepatutnya 1. Oh, ini dia belum release dia punya independent learning. That's why yang saya minta, nanti saya minta dia supaya release the independent learning for this. Sebab dia akan otomatik sepatutnya jadi 7 di sini. Not 1, dia bukan 1 to 1. Okay. So andaikanlah dia jadi 7 di situ, dia jadi 8. This one sepatutnya dia bukan 17. It's supposed to be, bila kita letak 7, dia otomatik jadi 8 sini. Tapi we put it like this. Okay. For the sake of untuk dapatkan 8 tadi. So kita tengok kita punya SLT summary. 14, 8, tapi daripada kenapa 38, 28 ni, makna kita kena cek dia punya ratus ni. Kita kena sampai 40, 20 tu lebih kurang. Maknanya kita punya assessment lebih. This is how we do it. Okay, this is how we do it. Bear in mind sebab ini main saya buat secara tidak based on mana-mana kursus, just masukkan number. So you play around with your number. Okay, you play around with number. Ini mesti ni dalam ada yang salah kira. Especially yang di sini independent. Okay, in the end ini akan jadi 40, 20. Tapi dia plus minus. That's why kita tidak memaktiri if you don't reach 40, 20, maka dia gagal. No, it's not about that. It's about yang your teaching plan, dia almost follow that. Ada lecture, ada bahan material, ada learning activities dan ada assessment. That is more important actually. This is only a guide for you. In the end dia akan nampak di sini juga tu. Kita akan tengok di sini juga actually adakah your soalan itu menjawab kepada CLO ataupun tidak. Okay, so don't worry kalau rasa macam kenapa tidak sampai 40 ni. Memang ada orang yang jenis yang mau sampai 40. But macam saya pun saya tidak sampai, saya rasa ni saya dalam 40, 19 ke tidak tadi. So that is the rough idea macam mana mau buat. Hopefully this help because to do this you have to try with your own course. Dan kita tengok di mana isu dia. So like this, baru saya nampak tadi, kenapa dulu saya tidak masalah sebab semua saya buat online. But when we have a face-to-face, bila ini tidak dirilis, the independent learning tidak rilis, maka dia akan ada masalah macam yang di assessment tadi. This one. Okay? Ini physical, ini physical. I hope this helps. Okay? Ada soalan? Saya ni
Thank you so much, Puan. Saya faham sudah.
okay. Dia memang Dr. Samsul, this bila this table for memang I understand the anxiety the lecturer have. Yesterday I went to my own faculty. Saya masuk bilik saja and then they said, Salmi, kenapa kau tukar lagi tu table 4? And I said, kita tidak tukar. It is the same table 4, cuma dia count your PTG. It helps you to count. And then if you have any problem macam mana mau achieve, you can ask PP, you can ask us how to do it, how to go about it. Nanti that's why we need a champion to train. 5 people from FKAL, inclusive with GFVZ, so that they can help you there. They can help you there for this in terms of e-learning. Okay, kita tengok dulu soalan. Ada FKAL will start next semester. Okay. Topical quiz online boleh letak online activities atau letak di column others. Others pun boleh, topical quiz online pun boleh. As long as you understand, Dr. Mina, the activity is on what? Because when we say others, especially kalau ada auditors, so sekarang cuba saya jadi auditor. As an auditor, I will ask, what is others? And so if you know that is your course, you can simply ask. But sometimes kita boleh lupa apa ni others But you know this is a topical quiz. So why don't you to just put it as a quiz di dalam activity sana. Tapi it's just a matter of biasanya sebab tidak ada perkataan quiz sana kan. So we put it in others. Macam saya in others I put on consultation. On consultation, online consultation misalnya. So I put it there. Okay. Ada question, Dr. Mina sudah soalan. Okay, kawan-kawan, Dr. Ricky sudah bagi tahu 30% PTG next year, next semester 30% sahaja. So the formula will be 14 8 hours. Okay, nanti sebenarnya bila saya nampak dengan apa yang table 4 baru ni, maybe I will ask Dr. Dennis to tweak the formula because we cannot simply tweak the formula, mesti melalui PPKA. It's okay already ya, sebab audit punya purposes. Ya, Dr. Mina, I know semua orang bila cakap pasal audit semua pening kepala. Ada column, workshop, etc. Yes. I think that's all. Ini dengan FKAL ni memang ekstra sedikit sebab you really test my knowledge on how to do the PTG online live lagi. But it's okay. Kita belajar bersama and found something that we can improve on the table 4. Okay, that's all from me. I hope I didn't boring you with my presentation.
Puan Salmi.
Thank you, Puan Salmi.
Thank you. Ada orang sebut nama saya tadi.
Can I ask
Yes,
another
yes.
questions? Okay. Yang last time Smart V3 kan? Just another button that we collaborate with the Connect account from McGraw-Hill textbook. So when we move to the ITP, Apa? Betul ke
ITEL,
ITEL?
ITEL.
ITEL, right? So this button should be put under others or how?
That is an online punya bahan kan?
Yeah, for tutorial and as well as reading, extra reading materials.
If it's materials, why don't you put it is on in the materials, the asynchronous one? Just put it there. Boleh
So
kan?
it's a link kan? So because usually
Oh,
what I do.
that's sorry, Dr. Suzila. Do you mean it in the ITEL?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
ITEL.
Because I'm thinking of the table 4 that just now, yes. Okay. Sorry. Okay. You have to request for it. You tell that there should be a link in your course for this one. Actually, we have done it. I think for the ODL they use the McGraw-Hill.
Okay, to whom should I request for that one?
The one and only our Mr. Zul.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Me.
Thank you, Dr. Suzila. Okay, we take picture. Okay, boleh?
Ada soalan lain daripada kawan-kawan?
Dr. Hafizi, dong dapat saya punya WhatsApp nombor tu kan? Jadi dong sudah simpan soalan tu kali mau WhatsApp.
Okey Dato'. Amin, anything to share?
Yeah, nothing from me. Tapi yang I hope the notes yang saya distribute itu mungkin boleh share lah kan?
Ya,
Yeah.
sudah share.
So nanti mungkin kita ambil gambar lah sebelum ni ya, Mas Almi.
Yeah, but Dr. Ricky, for the slide, for my slides, because I will wait for the after finish 15 March, saya update everything. Sebab kalau saya bagi satu ikut faculty, it will be different nanti. So I will provide yang lengkap punya and then to all faculties so that you will have the same info about it. Okay. Apa kita gambar?
Ya, Cik Amin mau bergambar. Siapa yang akan ambil? Zul kan? I think.
Saya akan screenshot. Tapi boleh minta semua kasih.
Okay.
Sekejap. Okay. Sekejap, kami pun mau tunjuk muka lah. 3 orang kami di sini.
Oh, ada 3 orang. Ada Fadil dengan siapa?
Fazil, ada Faiz.
Faiz.
Ya. Okay. Yang lain mau buka kamera. Yang lain dulu. Right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ramai juga ni.
Boleh je kasih tangan ni.
Ini.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright, thank you.
Okay, thank you all for listening. Saya rasa Dr. Ricky, this is the most yang from our roadshow yang paling ramai datang.
Terima kasih Puan Salmi.
Okay, thank you.
Cik Amin, Puan Gina, PEP.
Thank you.
Terima kasih Cik Hafizi and Dr. Ricky and semua di FKAL.
Thank you. Kami bersemangat Pak PTG.
Ya.
Tapi jangan stres Dr. Ricky. Sebenarnya dia bila orang ingat PTG, dia ingat kita berubah totally. No. If you didn't achieve the PTG, you will fall under the PTS. So dia bukan lulus gagal lagi. No, it's not good. Orang before lecturer usually takut, nanti saya tidak lulus. But the thing is, if you don't achieve the PTG, you fall under the PTS. So this is what we call flexible education. We're giving flexibility to all lecturer on how to deliver their courses.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.